What's going on, y'all? It's your homie, your homegirl, Drop Your Opulence, and I'm back with a short tutorial this time. And I'm going to be showing you how I do my brows. So I'm coming to you, wash face, clean face, no eyebrow paint, no nothing, and I just freshly washed my face and moisturized it. And I'm going to be showing you the things that I do to get my brows to be fleeky. So first things first is the products that I use. Products that I use is one, an angled brush. You're going to need an angled brush. This is the angled brush. I have this Ardell brush that came with my Ardell Dip Brow Gel slash powder, whatever. It's like a gel that goes into a powder. It has the spoolie end, but if you don't have one of these brushes, you can always get a spoolie by itself, and they come in plenty of makeup kits, makeup brush kits, and then the other side is also an angled brush because I use two different angled brushes. I have my brow gel. This brow gel that I'm using today is the Eyebrow Mascara Go Brow by Ruby Kiss. I also like the one that they have at Primark. That's only $1.50. That one is amazing as well. And then I'll be using my concealer to conceal my eyebrows. Is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso. And lastly, I will be using my Dip Brow Powder by Ardell in the shade Dark Brown. And it's a brow pomade that goes from like gel to a powder. And these are all the things I use for my brows. And there's not really a lot if you think that, like, I could literally put it all in one hand. This is all the stuff that I use for my eyebrows. And we're just gonna jump straight into this so that you can get the method and make this real quick. Okay, so personally, I always like to start with my brow that is on the left. I don't know why, it's just a personal preference. So I take the gel and I like to get a good amount of product on the brush. Once I get a good amount of product on the brush, I like to start from the bottom brow and line the bottom brow. So we're just gonna take it and line the bottom brow. This does not have to be perfect because we will be going in with concealer, but it's just something that you should definitely take your time with because your brows are the window to the face. And as you can see, I'm just darkening it. I like to start from the middle of my brow because I like to drag the excess product towards the front of it. The front end, I'm sorry. And then I also like to take a little bit of that excess product and get the top. I don't really go too much in the middle, but I do like to get the top and the bottom, and then you'll see what I mean when I say that this is a gel turn into a powdered product. If you have wide eyebrows like mine, you can try to go outside the lines of your brows as much as possible. But don't make them too thick and too bold. I always say that your eyebrows should always fall naturally. Everyone's eyebrows have a natural shape, and I personally feel like it looks best on me when I follow the shape that my brows naturally follow. And there you go. Like, that's just about it. Like, that's as much product as I will put on, and sometimes I play around with the shape even more. But that's generally what I do. Now, time for step 2. Alright, so step 2 is using the spoolie side. I told y'all that this brush had a spoolie side. You're going to want to take and brush your eyebrow hairs the way that they naturally brush. Mine in the front naturally go out. And remember when I said that I don't fill in the middle? It's because when I brush, the product spreads out and kind of changes into a powder and kind of like clings onto the hairs. And that's why I really like this product. I used to be a pencil girl, and now I'm definitely a brow gel into powder type of girl because it looks so much more natural and it makes your eyebrows look even fuller. And there you go. That's literally what I do for one brow. So now I'm going to come back after I do the second one and we'll do step 3. Alright, so now that I did both my brows don't ever look exactly the same. One of them always looks better than the other. I'm going to go in with my other angled brush, and this angled brush is the one that I use for my concealer. So I'm going to get some product onto the brush, some concealer, and then I'm going to take it and start to line, to kind of like clean up my brows. I use the concealer to do that. So I go and I slowly try to clean up the line as much as possible. I try not to use as much concealer on the top as I do on the bottom because when I set my eyes for eyeshadow or anything like that, when I do eyeshadow, I tend to need extra product anyway because I'm setting my eyes with concealer. So I don't mind getting a whole lot on the bottom, but I do not want a whole lot on the top. And this part over here, when you're doing the top of your brow towards the tail end, it's very important to use a little bit more concealer than you would over this area, because that's what creates that point, that fleeky eyebrow point. And basically that's it. Like you do that. You can spread it out even more. As you can see, I keep spreading it out. And then to blend it, some people like to use a brush, but I just use my finger. Like I'll just take my finger and just blend. Blend the bottom. And you blend the top. Now say you was to get it too dark in the area in the inside over here and it looks like so harsh in the front, all you gotta do is take some concealer and just blend that out too, and that'll fix that problem. Like concealer really is the eraser. So if you messed up anywhere, concealer will fix it. So I'm gonna do the same thing to my other eye and come back before I set my brows, okay? Alright, so I already started concealing the rest of my forehead, but I do not use my brow gel till after I'm finished with all my setting powders. So once I set my face with all my powders, after I finish my makeup, that's when I go in with this brow gel. So I'm gonna go finish my face, finish my makeup, and then I'll come back and I'll show you when I set my brows with the brow gel. But this is what my eyebrows look like so far. They're not twins, but they are sisters, okay? Alright, so now for the conclusion of the video, as you can see, I did all of my makeup. This lash looks crazy a little bit because it started to break as I was putting it on, because I was pulling, you know how you got these old lashes and you just be pulling glue off of them? Girl, I was pulling glue off and end up pulling the lash a little bit. So it looks a little wacky on this side, but it's okay because I'm gonna just throw some glasses on and you won't really notice it. I mean, but yeah, so these are my brows. I went and highlighted my brows. That's an extra step. I didn't include that in my process, but if you want to highlight your underbrow, you can. I don't always do it, but sometimes I do it. I highlighted it, and now I want to use this Ruby Kiss, like I said, brow gel or brow lash, whatever they call it, brow mascara, and just brush my brows, because my brows like to get wild after a while. So I'm going to take it and just basically brush my brows into place. And because it's a dark brown shade, it also adds a little bit more color to the front, where I didn't put as much product when I was using the dip brow. See how sharp that is? And then I'll do the same thing to this side. This side, like I said, is always my trouble side. You're always, I mean, maybe not everyone has a trouble side, but I always have a trouble side. And this side is most certainly my trouble side. I just always have more trouble getting this eyebrow to the arch on this eyebrow to look similar to the one on this one. This is always my lip brow. I call this my lip brow. And this is my, my round brow. Like it's just round, like whatever. But that's how I do my brows. I hope you all enjoy this tutorial. My hair looks crazy. But I hope you all all enjoy it. If you have any questions or any recommendations for brow products that I could try out and use and do a review on the channel, like let me know. This is actually gonna drive me crazy. But let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more makeup tutorials, more talk videos, more funny videos, whatever, vlogs. I'm doing it all here on YouTube. So subscribe and share and come and join the journey. Oh, too many J's. Come and join the journey with me. Alright? Like, let's be friends. Seriously, why not? Why not let's be friends? I mean, let's be friends with my wacky lash and everything. So once again, it's your homie, your hunger. I'm signing out of this eyebrow tutorial. And I'll see you all in my next one. Mwah.